In this episode of Evo Diaries, we're going to go into all the geeky details about this car, the McLaren 12C. Hopefully I'm going to be able to tell you some things that you didn't know already, and let's hope you're sitting comfortably. Okay, let's start with carbon fibre. Now, McLaren, pioneers in carbon fibre technology for automotive applications. They were the first Formula 1 racing team to use a carbon fibre chassis, 1981 that was. Now, carbon fibre. A lot of people think that this car, the exterior, is carbon fibre. It's not. It's basically a plastic, but it's a beautifully finished plastic, and the paint finish on here is as good as I've ever seen. The carbon fibre in this car is in the chassis, or the monocell, as McLaren call it. Now, this monocell weighs just 75 kilos, and it's as tough as hell. The front subframe and the rear subframe with the engine cradle mounted to it, but the core of this car is carbon fibre. Brake steer. Now, this is another McLaren innovation. It was first used in a Formula 1 car, a McLaren Formula 1 car from 1997, and that car had 4 pedals. Now, the left-hand pedal operated an inside rear wheel. So when the driver turned into the corner, he could give the left pedal, the far left pedal, a quick stab, and the car would turn into the corner a little bit harder. This car has brake steer, but it doesn't have 4 pedals. In fact, it doesn't have 3 pedals. It's only got 2 pedals. So how does it work? Well, it's electronics. The magic is in the electronics. What it does, when you turn into a corner, it recognises the rate of turn, and it says, I think you might need a little bit more turn in here. So it just grabs the inside wheel as you're turning into a corner. The result, you just turn in a little bit harder. Now, how do you feel it? It's an odd sensation the first time you feel it in the car. You kind of think that the car's oversteering because it just rotates a little bit around the back, but then you realise it's the car that's turning for you. You can also feel it in faster corners, and there you just feel a gentle grabbing on the inside wheel as the car's just holding its line. It means incredible progress through the corners. It means really high cornering speed. It's an odd sensation, but you do get used to it, and ultimately it delivers more performance. Interesting innovation there from McLaren, brake steer. Let's talk about the air brake. Now, if you're traveling over 59 miles an hour and you hit the brakes really hard, the air brake will go up. It will go up to around 30 degrees, and it does that via hydraulics. There's 2 hydraulic rams here and here, fed from the transmission hydraulics. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The airflow then catches the bottom of the wing and it goes up to 60 degrees. So it relies on hydraulics for the first part and then the airflow for the remainder. And the reason for that, well, it's very simple really. By relying on the airflow to push the air brake up to its maximum angle, you're actually reducing the weight of componentry inside the car. So the first half is hydraulics, 30 odd degrees. Second half is just the airflow that pushes it up to the full 60 degrees. Pretty smart solution, I think. Exhaust. You have to be careful when you walk around the back of this car because this is a shielding, but in here, this is the exhaust. It gets red hot because, as we've seen from some footage previously, this thing spits flames. So why are the exhausts up here and not down here? It's aerodynamics. Here we have 2 Venturi tunnels that run all the way down to the bottom of the car, which is a flat bottom. So it cleans up the airflow here and doesn't disturb the performance, the aerodynamic performance of the car. Right, slightly boring one. You can get loads of luggage in here, plenty of luggage in here, and yet it's a really low front end. So where are the radiators? The radiators are in here. Doors, one of the signature features of this car. Now, they're not swan wing doors, they're not gull wing doors, they're not scissor doors, they are called dihedral doors, and they do this. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're a 5-year-old schoolboy or you're an 80-year-old granny, this has rock star appeal. People love the doors. Another feature of this car, now this is one of the earlier 12Cs, so it has the swipe to enter. Modern 12Cs have got a little button under here. Now this is great because people, I say, go on, off you go, in you get, and people go, they're going under here and they're trying to find a button. No button at all. What do you do? As I say, swipe to enter. Off you go. See that? No button at all. Now I love this and I've completely got used to it. I've had no problems opening the doors, but apparently customer feedback, customers have said, I want a button on the door. No thanks. I'll have my 12C with this lovely swipe to open. And yes, you do get a grubby hand. And yes, when it's wet, you have to shake your hand out before you get in the car. But hey, that's a cool feature. A lot of people ask about the engine and they say, what engine has it got in it? Has it got a Rover V8? No, this is a McLaren designed and British built engine, so it's bespoke for this car, 3.8 litres. Its designation is M838T, I believe. Twin turbocharged, 616 horsepower in this car. And you know what? I know what it weighs as well. It weighs 199 kilos. It's a hell of an engine. I forgot to say something else about the exhausts. Another reason why they exit here, it means that there's actually a shorter distance to travel. So a shorter distance to travel, again, means less weight. So another reason. Let's move on to the LED tail lights. Now look, absolutely no bulb kind of pattern in here. This is a pure LED and you can't really see them. This has got the black pack on this car, which is quite cool. Let me go and switch them on so you can see what they look like. Okay, so there we go. That's the light on. This one here is the indicator. I'll go and flip that on. I'll also do the brake as well while I'm there. LED lights, very cool. Again, a lot of cars have got LED lights these days. They're very bright, very good lights. Biggest problem, as I actually found out, is when one of these breaks, which admittedly shouldn't really happen and actually shouldn't happen that often, even if it does happen, you can't go to your local motor factors and get a bulb and screw it in. You get a little message on the screen in the dash that says, please visit a McLaren service centre. Change of scenery, it's getting a little bit dark last night, so this is a nice bright early morning. The next thing to talk about is the ergonomics of this car. McLaren worked very hard on the driver position. So, had this car for a long time now and I can confirm that it is the most glorious driving position. Interestingly, when McLaren were designing this driver environment, they tried to ensure that the steering column was pretty much in line with your shoulders, so that when you hold the wheel, you're in a perfectly natural, relaxed environment. You're not stretching too much. The wheel isn't canted too forward. It adjusts for reach and rake. So it's pretty much spot on. Also, the pedal arrangement. A lot of supercars, you get a lot of wheel arch intrusion so that your pedals are pushed over to the left and so are your legs. So you end up driving the car in a slightly odd position. Again, the pedals are completely in line. Also, the middle pedal, well, the left pedal as it is in this car, is pretty much straight ahead as well. So you can left foot brake if you choose. So the driver environment is absolutely brilliant on this car. And also, again, the heater controls on the door and the stereo and active panel, they're just literally a small arm's reach away. So you can do really big distances in this car and not feel fatigued at all. Another geeky little fact for you here. These eyeball vents here in the 12C, the next time you're watching a Formula 1 Grand Prix, have a close look on the McLaren pit wall where all the guys are analysing all the data and everything like that. The air conditioning system that they use actually uses these eyeball vents as well. And I also think the drivers, when they're sat in the pit garage and they have the kind of the ventilation like block put on top of the car, feeds cool air to them. I'm pretty sure that's the same as these as well. So keep an eye out next time you're watching a Grand Prix. Okay, let's get into the real nitty gritty now of some of these controls. We have on the left hand side of the central rev counter, we have a screen that gives you all the details of the car. It's like an advanced trip computer really. The home screen, miles, temperature, range, trip, straightforward stuff. When you scroll through it, you have two more trip functions that shows you a couple of journey trips, again consumption, average speed, that sort of stuff. Language, straightforward. Vehicle info. Now this is good. Service interval, 350 days until my next service. Error messages, no error messages, thank God for that. Tyre pressures, right, tyre pressures, this is really good. Now I've actually checked this against manual tyre pressure gauge and the calibration is absolutely spot on here. We haven't driven the car for the last 20 minutes or so, so the pressures are probably a little bit low, but that's really good, that works really well. And likewise, tyre temperatures, great on track, really, really good on track. You can tell how hot the rears are getting, you can tell whether there's an imbalance left to right. Interesting, when we drive this car at our Bedford Autodrome circuit, it's an anti-clockwise circuit, so you can really start to see the right side tyres warming up, and you can get a gauge of how well they work. It works particularly well when you have the more aggressive tyres on this car, so the more track focused tyres, because obviously they take more time to get up to temperature, and when they do they actually stay more stable. So that's a really cool little feature, good for track days. And then you've got things like oil status, battery status, your VIN, things like that. Settings, right, okay. Not much to say in settings, display setup, lighting, but in vehicle, this is where you can adjust the intake sound generator in the 3 powertrain modes, normal, sport and track. Valet mode, auto door mirrors, auto fold mirrors, the alarm, door unlock, bits and bobs, comfort entry, exit, blah, blah, blah. Back to the home screen. So it's pretty comprehensive. And what I also like about this is it's really easy to use. A way to scroll through the system. If you want to select anything, you push the end. Absolutely brilliant. Interesting thing when people getting this car, they quite like this wide sill. Now the reason for it is because it's absolutely solid. Now this is the monocell, this is actually the main part of the carbon chassis. And you get a real sense of security sitting in here because, as I say, it feels properly solid. Don't be mistaken for thinking that this is actually the chassis that you can see here. It's not. This is a kind of a vanity panel, piece of carbon that's been put over the top. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice feeling when you're tucked in this car to feel the chassis just here. You feel really secure in it. So, yeah, nice feature.